Hey everybody, this is Cyrock Omega, and welcome back. Welcome. I guess be the first one in this. Hopefully, it'll just be a one-off. But we're playing Hearts of Iron 4 again. Playing some multiplayer. Did that in title. Multiplayer tutorial. Alright, glad you're doing better, Devlin. So last time, Steve made tanks as Czechoslovakia, and that didn't help him at all. In fact, it sunk him. So this time around, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a tutorial for him, so that he actually knows what the hell to do. Okay, hold on. Change. So we're going to be playing as the Axis instead of all the countries that Steve wants to play that are pretty much irrelevant, or Czechoslovakia. Just change up a few things and then all ready to go. Go. Okay. Now this is a great song. I think this is like a Japan only one. Alright, so yeah. We're playing as the Axis. Steve is Germany, Chris is Italy, and I'll be playing as Japan. So I'm not really going to be interacting too much with any of their stuff. But I'm here. I'm just happy to be involved. Although that realistically is more of Italy's mindset through all this. So let's unmute Discord and get it started. Okay.
Good.
Hey, Steve, it says that you're still playing Crusader Kings on Discord. Are you
running in the background?
He plays Crusader Kings in his heart.
Yep. So that's why you thought that the Czechs would be worth playing.
Okay. So, Steve, as Germany, you should notice a couple. The first is your national spirits, particularly the MEFO bills.
FIFO.
That makes it really, really easy to build military factories, so you should start building them right away. The next thing is that they time out because, you know, they're basically treasury bonds, and you got to pay back the balance on them eventually. But
Balanced budget. Balanced budget.
Yeah. You can delay them by taking a decision, which you should probably do. The next thing you'll notice is you have no oil.
So you want to invade the Soviet Union as soon as you can. Preferably in winter.
Or you could do the smart thing and start building refineries everywhere. That should probably be your focus on building. Military factories and refineries.
Okay.
Let's see, the next thing you'll notice is that little glowing red ovalish thing.
An ovaloid, one might say.
That is the Rhineland. It's demilitarized, so no matter how hard you try, you cannot move troops into there. The game won't let you.
Yeah.
Which is why you're taking that focus. The next thing you'll notice is that, so under Rhineland, you have a couple options. Like the one you want to keep an eye on is the Anschluss. So you want to pretty much do that as fast as you are capable. And it becomes available to you once you have reached an army the size of 5,500,000 troops. And that really, and once you get the Anschluss, that unlocks pretty much everything else you can do as Germany, as Nazi Germany, where you have actually a couple options. So I would consider rushing to that if possible.
Okay.
But, as I learned yesterday, don't demand the Sudetenland if Neville Chamberlain hasn't taken office yet. That ends badly.
Okay. It's good to know.
Yeah, Lord Baldwin won't put up with any of your shit. He's 70 and he's got nothing left to lose. Okay, so let's see. Anything else I should warn you about? Probably, but I think I'm forgetting stuff. Oh, set aside 3 tanks. Like, make an army that is composed of 3 tanks. That's gonna be who
Okay.
you're gonna. That's gonna be your volunteer force. Because I have done Germany enough times to know that your volunteer limit at the start of the game is 3 divisions. And sending anything other than your panzers is a waste of everybody's time. Am I forgetting anything vital, John?
For the very beginning, the Mevo bills, you have to redo them over and over again, so always keep an eye on those.
What?
The MEF foe build.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mefo.
The Meepo.
Yeah. Because they time out, so you want to keep extending the payment. Every time you do, it's actually going to cost you some of your political power gain. But because you have Adolf Hitler, you don't really have to worry about that. He gives you a bonus to raising political power because he's Hitler.
Okay.
Mussolini does not give me such a bonus because he's Mussolini.
In fact, he just yells a lot.
And moves his hands. Okay, let's see. Oh, you'll note one more thing you'll notice is that you are the leader of the Axis. And it is currently a very powerful faction composed of no one but yourself.
Yeah.
So still one of the most powerful country faction.
Yeah, so eventually, as other nations start going fascist, they will want to join you. Particularly Bulgaria. If Bulgaria goes fascist, they are definitely on your side. They'll probably be on your side before they go fascist.
Hungary as well. Otherwise,
Oh yeah, Hungary, definitely.
Italy, obviously. And
Yeah.
other than those, it's basically all the stuff that you make and all of your puppets that you would make. Bless you. Bless you.
The allergies today.
Yeah, so... Yeah, so we can send volunteers to fight in the Spanish Civil War on Franco's side. And when the war in China starts, we can also send some tanks to help John.
That'll be okay, yeah. A lot of tiny islands.
Yeah.
Yo, Steve, thanks for giving me all these tiny islands at the end of the last war.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, so...
Japan fought so hard for them.
Okay, so as Germany, you're gonna want to keep an eye on tension meter. Because the lower world tension is, the less likely the democracies are to interfere with your grand plans. Once it hits 25, Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia are probably going to get guaranteed. Which means they'll be more likely to stand up to either of our demands. Which is why I plan on destroying Yugoslavia as I possibly can.
It looks like you're going multiple.
You know what? I think you're right. Okay, I think that's everything.
Okay. Anything else for the very beginning? Just go, like, try and annex all that territory as soon as you can. Yeah, it's like once you reach those limits, those requirements, you should be able to get all that stuff real quick. I think maybe only slow down. Actually, make sure you don't do. I don't know. I don't know what would happen if you try and demand Slovenia first, like before.
The same thing that would happen. The same thing that would happen as if you demanded the Sudetenland.
Okay. All right. So that's a good idea to do that before Danziger War.
Yeah. Assuming if there is still a Slovenia.
Yeah. So, just like in real life, Danzig, the demand for Danzig is pretty much the beginning of the war. So don't do that one until you are ready for it.
But on the other hand, you want to try and get ready as fast as you can, because the longer you take, the stronger Britain and France get.
So it's like, and also if you're too early, then you kind of stuck too. So.
Yeah.
So you gotta attack somewhere in that middle ground.
As I learned the hard way when I demanded the Sudetenland before Stanley Baldwin resigned.
All right, so I guess that would be a good beginning point. See when they get Chamberlain.
You can demand Memel whenever because it's Lithuania. Even if they get into the faction with Poland early, they'll probably still give it to you.
I don't know if the faction would actually fire when it.
It shouldn't, but you never know when things go wrong.
I mean, we've got the historical AI on.
Yeah, so it shouldn't. Okay, we ready?
Let's keep it like it's speed 3 now. Still need
Okay,
to
good,
organize
because I'm fighting.
stuff. Yeah, that's right. You still have a war. Oh, and navies.
Very important for me.
Yeah, I think Steve built a bunch of submarines. About the best that I could tell you.
What ships am I building? I should have looked at that. I actually need to know that. I'm still horrible at navies.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah, that's probably the most confusing thing I've seen so far.
Yeah.
I don't even have this DLC.
Like, I have to research a fire extinguisher so that way a fire doesn't happen on the boat.
Yeah.
I'm building more ships than I have dockyards. Jeez, every decision Italy makes is horrible. You need to build dockyards.
Jeez. Why is my combat with a 24?
Oh yeah, I'm already building a bunch of submarine hulls.
All right. Yeah. Just
I would set one of them to be infinite, so you don't have to think about it ever
I
again.
think they're all infinite. Check again. But...
They usually
have
aren't.
no political power. Vision, paramilitary. Nah, I don't need. Okay. And then there's the naval treaties.
I set one of them to be infinite.
In order to so I think the cost of making making boats is increased the more you have them at this point because of a bunch of post-war naval treaties. If you're anything like me, You are currently between. You have to have less boats than Britain.
Okay, so heavy ship hull, is that a heavy cruiser?
I think so.
Which one's a battleship?
Oh,
So, why don't I just look at this?
I have not played with.
What's... Oh, God, I'm confused. Okay, which one's the light cruiser and which one's the heavy?
I really could not tell you.
I think it says light cruiser. Or we'll say go into construction. Construction. When I see a cruiser hull, I don't see a light cruiser hull or a heavy cruiser hull.
So is heavy... Oh god, I'm so confused.
Yeah, that's why I've like avoided playing naval-based nations so far.
I don't think that's the reason. You haven't wanted to play any country worth having a navy.
No, I mean, because I played some where I've like had to start building a navy, and it's just so confusing that I was like, okay, I have to read about this first before I know what I'm doing here.
Okay, heavy ship hull.
Geosphere is going nicely, I see.
Oh yeah, I'm not even looking at it. Okay, so heavy ship hull that can use to make battleships? Are there no more heavy cruisers?
Could be there.
Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, what if I... Okay, I'm looking at a cruiser. Okay, so cruiser gives me light cruisers.
Division templates are so weird here.
Japan?
Yeah. It's like, I start with one of them as 24 combat width. My tanks have 14. And have more infantry than they have light tanks. Well, my cavalry are 12. I don't know.
Okay, so my... Okay, I got it now. I can find all the ships I want by actually clicking. It just it no longer says that which cruiser is which, but I can find a template for them. Oh, I actually found out what light cruisers are good for.
Mhm.
It turns out I never noticed it because I don't have this DLC.
Okay.
But with the modules they have access to, they have access to like a lot of the same stuff that heavy cruisers do, because that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
But one of the things that heavy cruisers get is a module that increases their spotting chance.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, light cruisers are the best recon ship in the game. They're not as fast as the destroyers, but because they get the heavy cruiser spotting chance, they can actually hunt down other ships fairly reliably. Everything else I think the destroyer is better at. So, what you doing over there, John?
Waiting for military power, army experience, so I can change stuff. Waiting for folks to get done.
I can't believe Italy doesn't have enough dockyards to build all the ships though.
Yeah.
It's like your entire country is coastline. How do you not have enough
Army experience right now sounds real nice. But construction speed is actually probably better. Guide the anime. You know, befriending Japan isn't really that necessary right now if you want to do something a little more pressing.
Well, here's the thing. He gets a good general from it, doesn't he?
I have no idea.
Doesn't he get Van Falkhausen back?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh yeah, apparently.
That's good.
Yeah, so Steve, in case you don't know who he is, after World War I, a bunch of Western nations sent military missions to China in order to modernize their army. And the one that had like the biggest effect on them was the one from Germany, which was led by Alexander von Falkhausen, whatever his name is. He is pretty much entirely responsible for whatever modernization happened to China's army in the interwar period. And he became a close personal friend of Chiang Kai-shek. When the Tripartite Pact was signed, one of Japan's stipulations was that Germany stop teaching China how to better kill them. So, Falkhausen was called back. And if Japan thought that would give them a leg up on China, it didn't, because Falkhausen refused to share any of the battle plans that he'd cooked up for China. So they were left in basically exactly the same spot they were.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Germany, for their part, they sent him to Belgium to be their military governor. He spent much of his time desperately attempting to prevent the Holocaust from reaching Belgium. Ultimately, he was unsuccessful. And in the aftermath of World War II, he was put on trial in Belgium for war crimes and convicted. He eventually served, I think, only 3 years of his sentence, and was then let go for good behavior on the condition that he never set a foot in Belgium again.
Huh.
That,
He's a good general, though, so I'd consider using him.
I think we could turn the speed up.
Maybe, probably. I'm winning in Ethiopia, so.
Not that hard. Just gotta try.
It's almost, even if you try, it's almost impossible to lose them. Because, you know, they don't have boats.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
What do you normally do about the naval treaties?
I don't have the DLC, so I've
okay.
never anything with the naval treaties. I'll let you know when I figure out what we can do.
If there are decisions to abandon the naval treaties, then there's one to cheat on them, for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got that too. Well, I guess there's gonna be a conference in 4 days, so...
Alright, if I
assume
were
we'll
to
figure
abandon the naval treaties, this will reduce the restrictions on the cost of capital ships for all other signatories. Or I could cheat on them, which increased the cost. No, I don't really think I care, so I'm just gonna abandon treaty.
Escalator clause invoked. One of the signatures of the treaties has decided not to follow the treaty and is even now probably building larger and more powerful ships. Thankfully, a clause in the treaties permits us to automatically invoke an escalator clause, which allows us to relax restrictions on ship size and armament in this game.
So it's probably better for you guys.
Oh yeah, I can build better ships. Well, it doesn't really help me that much because it's mostly for carriers, I think.
Okay.
But no, there's a pretty decent one for a heavy ship. But I don't have any Navy experience.
Okay.
Maybe I should drill some boats.
Where's my navy? What can I have them do? So, you still...
Even organized.
Is it still good to have, like, fleets of... I don't even know. There's so many... Pretty complex.
Yeah, I'm not the best with fleets at all. Like, pretty much... I know submarine warfare. I'm good at that, because that's pretty easy.
Yeah, just send your submarines to a place and they shoot things, hopefully.
Yep. And if bigger ships show up, they run away.
Yep.
Okay, this is not gonna work. Who organized this? Every one of my fleets is essentially a spotting group and a submarine raiding group.
Yeah.
And my two ones that are definitely designed to be strike forces are a strike force and a submarine raiding group.
Oh.
Oh, God. Every decision they make is bad.
Okay, I'm back.
Like, everyone. It's no wonder they lost World War II twice. Japan abandons the naval treaty. Hirohito today announced that Japan would no longer consider herself bound by the naval treaties she had signed. The world situation, he said, had made the choice inevitable. Japan has apparently received reliable reports that several neighboring countries have begun aggressive naval expansion programs that threaten legitimate Japanese interests in the area. The Japanese Admiralty has refused to comment on rumors that several ships currently under construction were already planned without treaty restrictions. We should review our own participation in the treaty. Oh, Steve, so one thing I should mention. As a fascist government, all of those diplomatic actions that you take as a democracy, you can just do anytime you want.
Right.
So, want to go to war with Latvia? You can. I don't know why, but you can. Want to declare an invasion of Ireland? Sure. I guess.
Not a good idea. Yeah, I could just derail this and try to invade Ireland right now.
Thing is, you'd probably win.
Oh, no, I probably won't. It's Ireland. Depends on how the boats go.
Wouldn't that be a weird twist? Germany's real plan the whole time was just to annex Ireland. Germany inexplicably declared war on Ireland to the chagrin of the entire world.
Holy shit, that's a lot of fuel. Okay, I am not going to drill some boats. Yeah, the Axis countries are all running low on resources. So just Italy has a massive amount of steel. So does Japan. But they're missing they're each missing vital resources that they need for full rearmament.
Like food.
Yeah. Like Germany has no chromium, so you can't really build ships. Japan has no aluminum or rubber, so John can't build planes or trucks.
Where did he get the resources from elsewhere?
Yep. And all of us have I have no tungsten, so I need that to build artillery. And all of us have no oil. We are desperately bleeding.
Where the Allies have like all of those things.
Yeah.
Because Britain has colonies all over the world, and the US is massive. And
Yep.
I'm not even talking about the Soviet Union.
Oh god. All of
They have
Japan's
too many
problems
people.
all of Japan's problems can be solved by invading the Soviet. But that causes another problem in that you are invading the Soviet Union.
Right.
You gonna do the border conflict?
I don't know. I don't really think, I mean, I don't see how that would really help me. I want to focus on taking out China.
You get army experience even if you lose.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that it did that.
If you win, I think you get some research bonuses to tanks.
Alright, sure, let's do it. I thought that like just
It can be used to trigger a war, but you don't have to. You can just use it as the basic border skirmish and get some army experience and fix your horrible template.
The funny thing is that I want my template smaller, not larger.
Yeah. Ethiopia's going pretty well. One of 2 countries that Italy was capable of.
Does it need to be? Do it need to be going this slow?
I don't think so.
Ooh. Immediately switch
Something
to
good.
war economy.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one. National mobilization law.
yeah. Japan's got a lot of really cool stuff. Yeah, so the national defense state will switch you to total mobilization. So maybe do that one. Got enough political
Yeah.
power saved up to switch back.
Yeah.
Because the stuff below it is really good. Like you get kamikaze strikes, you get more recruitable population, and
Mhm.
you get a better plane for free.
Cool.
Spanish Civil War hasn't started yet.
No, it hasn't,
Yeah. Taking a while, huh?
which is good. Because I would very much like to get this done before it does. Because I can't help if I'm fighting Ethiopia.
World tension went up though.
What did you do? Justify war goal on Ireland.
You know you're just wasting your time and points, right?
Can
I
we
was
go after
joking.
Ireland?
Well, do you know how to do a naval invasion?
I do.
Good. Get those planned, because you're going to be doing a lot. Be invading Ireland. Ireland. Yeah, that's generally not a decision I would have actually recommended.
I figured. But then I thought, what if I did it?
Well, then it's you take out Ireland, you'd have a slight. I mean, you'd have an advantage over taking that one bit of the UK, which
Okay,
really.
so
I
can't
mean,
believe I'm going to have to talk about this, but okay. So when you crush Ireland, which if you fail this, I am never going to let you live this down.
Okay, I'm
when
looking
you-
forward to it.
When you crush Ireland, puppet them. Do not bother annexing Ireland. They're not going to give you anything worth having. And you'd probably be better letting them have their own army so they can deal with Ulster.
Yeah. Okay, so puppet them, don't annex them.
Yes. Fascist Ireland. Well, this campaign got
Right.
weird fast.
So what happens if I were to escalate the incident?
You would start a war with the Soviets.
Okay, but I lose war support if I don't.
Well, I guess you just gotta choose.
Oh wait,
Do
have you
want
actually
one of the
started
Soviet
fighting them?
Union
No, I did. I mean, I did the border skirmish or whatever.
Have you fought them at all? Have troops fired on each other?
Not that I've seen.
Then escalate the conflict.
I wasn't really paying attention to the border. I just had them drilling the whole time. I'm not ready to fight the Soviets.
No. But I believe escalate is what you want to do. If you're wrong, then I don't know. I guess Ireland joins the commentary.
Tuh. Oh, now we're firing on them.
There you go.
Border conflict. Alright. And it's not going great right now because my it's only got one dude fighting like 3.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I won! I conquered the Soviets!
Okay. Got that squared away.
Do I get like 50 army experience if I were to win?
I think so.
Ah.
Maybe.
Alright, that'd be a good idea to...
You definitely get, like, bonuses to studying tanks.
Cool.
Because you capture some Soviet tanks.
Organizing my dudes.
Like I said, it's not that big a deal if you lose.
Yeah, and I gained army experience. That's fine.
Okay, well, now that I conquered Ethiopia, doing stuff.
Why are you so laggy today?
Because he's playing Crusader Kings in the background.
I'd probably explain it.
Laggy.
Yeah, you've been lagging out like this whole time. It's gone down from like speed 2 from speed 4 to
It
speed
wouldn't be
2.
because CK2, because that's not being played online. It's just
No,
running
but
in the
it
background.
uses resources when it runs in the background.
Okay, let's see. Probably, let's see. I can turn that off.
Keep in mind, I am the king of running that game in the background. I believe I left it running for a week straight once.
Oh my god. It's a long time to leave it running.
You're caught fire. PressTV.com news. Thanks for joining me. How are you doing?
Jeez, the Spanish Civil War still hasn't started.
It's taking its time. Maybe they're doing the thing that I did, thinking it would actually buy them some time, and it actually doesn't do anything.
Except make Franco stronger.
Well, that's not something necessarily has to happen if you go on that path. You make Franco stronger by doing things. By doing just normal things like building factories and making
Which
things.
they're probably doing.
Which they're also probably having.
Here's Steve.
Don't know how. What's more efficient, like putting dockyards, making one ship, putting one ship in 2 different dockyards for the same kind of ship.
I usually do 2 in 1, as opposed to 1 in 2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess now that I'm not fighting, let's restructure my navy a little bit. Let's start by moving all of the submarines where they won't slow down the entire armada. I swear, it's like the game has, even the game has no idea how it works. That's not good. That's there. Ooh, visibility minus 20%. You are exactly who I want for a submarine. Oh, this guy just keeps getting better.
Yeah, we will.
Giuseppe Fioravanzo. 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 I kind of like this dude. Okay, then a patrol fleet is probably a good idea. I don't have any light cruisers, though. Okay. Those two commanders I sent down to fight in Ethiopia are actually somewhat decent now.
Very nice.
Okay. Is there a reason we're going at speed 2?
Because
Yes,
you were
you.
lagging.
Well, I don't think it's me then. 'Cause
It
I turned
said
CK2 on.
that you are lagging. It's absolutely
Oh.
saying that you are lagging.
I don't know. I don't know what's causing it. CK2 is off now, so.
It
not
hadn't
bad.
lagged for a little bit.
Well, we'll see.
When is Marco Polo bridge normally?
Uh,
30...
seventh focus, I think.
No, I mean like what date?
Sometime in 37.
Okay.
You thinking of rushing it?
No, not really. I just want to make sure that I don't rush it.
They usually pick it as their, like, I think 7th or 8th focus.
Right. Right now I'm going for a tech slot. Like, the things that lead up to it aren't really that important.
Agrarian socialism. Oh, that's the Mao route.
Which one?
They're going the Mao route.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I mean, historical, so.
yeah. So I'm trying to think if letting them sit would be a decent idea. They might start tearing each other apart.
I could.
But then again, Communist China could easily win and annex, normal China.
Yeah, and I think they wouldn't have all the terrible bonuses.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Do I have any focus that give me... I don't think I have any focuses that actually give me any infrastructure in my own country, at least. Not seeing any.
Oh, that's what I was telling you. A couple weeks ago when I was playing as Japan, they're like the only country that doesn't have an industry tree.
Right.
Your industry tree is that one focus that gives you military factories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want more resources, you have to invade.
Looks like it.
So you building up your army?
Me?
No, Steve.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yes, and unlike Czechoslovakia,
Taking its time.
you absolutely should be making tanks.
Yes. Panzers for the Germans are
Yeah, that's what you use. I mean, that's just how you take out Western Europe.
First Ireland. And
Then Iceland.
Then Iceland.
Then the world. And then
well, actually,
Switzerland.
Iceland usually joins the Axis.
Huh.
Because, like in real life, Britain and Iceland hate each other. I think the only war, and that's war with quotation marks around it, that Iceland has ever fought has been with the British. And it was about cod fishing rights.
Alright. That stuff. Might as well fortify the border just in case. Then I don't really think I have too much more that I want to do before I declare war. I mean, China does have a lot of dudes on the border, but kind of only in one part.
Okay, so what's your plan, Steve?
Wait, I remember.
Have you
A good
started
plan.
your
A good plan.
Have you set up where your naval invasions are going to be and move to give you naval superiority on the sea zones?
Yeah, I've set up the invasion path. That's about it.
Yeah, well, figure out where your fleets need to be. Since it's Ireland, I don't think they have many ships, so you'll probably be fine. Yeah, they have no ships. So just get ships into those sea zones, and you'll have naval superiority.
And keep in mind, this is only going to make life harder for you later. Because you're not doing any of the things that give you any benefits stuff.
And he's doing a couple stuff that give him benefits.
You know, you really could just Anschluss Austria.
Oh, there we go.
Here's the thing about the Anschluss. I need to get enough troops first. Now
Do you really not have enough troops?
It takes a while to build them up. We're still in 36.
Still 1936.
Alright. You also could just have them only be at like 20% everything and then just have them out and then train them and supply them later.
Yeah, I don't know.
This will be an easy invasion, and I guess it'll give us a foothold near Britain.
I mean, it's not too much closer than Calais is to Kent.
Yeah, but Liverpool's pretty good. It's another place to launch a naval invasion, I guess. And it might work out for us, you never know. It probably won't, but it might.
I'll turn the speed up to 5.
Okay, where am I? Okay. Steve, are you sending volunteers?
Oh yeah.
Why not?
It's like think about other things.
What? Say that again?
I think about other things I've been doing. Looking at my armies. Anyway, I can send volunteers right away.
Really good thing to do. You could send some panzers and you make them probably up to at least like another rank of quality.
I can only send 2.
Yeah. Make those 2 all the better. When those 2 are all you need to push into Paris, then that's excellent.
You gonna send some tanks, John?
Got 1 at the moment.
Well, you're fighting the communists. They barely have guns.
I could actually send 4. See. I also kind of want to start my war real soon. One, 2.
Hard decision, huh?
I don't know. How many tanks do we have? I've got... got a couple, actually.
이동 준비 완료.
I think I'll send some guys.
Okay, so Steve,
Yeah, what's up?
how you win the Spanish Civil War is you look for weak points on their line, then send tanks to choke them out and make an encirclement.
Alright, send the troops over to Franco, so.
Yeah, so you probably can't see what I'm doing yet, but if you watch the Republican line in the south, you'll eventually see me start making some moves.
Okay.
Alright, send my dudes. They'll be there on the 4th of January.
So, you watching Granada?
Pretty nice encirclement down there already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I did was I focused on their points. So, I'm hitting everywhere that can possibly resupply. So now that their supply line is cut, every battle they fight is just going to massacre. Basically, this battle line really favors the nationalists as opposed to the Republicans. Because
Yeah.
it's really easy to make choke points where you can drain the Republic. And while it's not impossible to do it for the Republicans, I've done it multiple times. Your biggest problem are the Republicans themselves. Because the AI for Diaz is really bad. And he tends to kind of leave you hanging out to dry. And so you have to really watch to make sure that you don't get encircled when you're trying to make encirclements for Diaz, because he forgot to send his troops to back up the land you were taking. Which he does quite frequently.
They're gonna try and pop over there. Take Barcelona real quick. Once my guys a bit more morale, a little more organization. And it'll be great.
Yeah, so Steve, you controlling your tanks now? Because they're here, I see them.
see. Oh yeah, here, yeah, come on now.
Yeah, so
Straight to Madrid.
I wouldn't go straight to Madrid. Look for a point where their line is weak and take advantage of it. So, do you see any places where you can easily cut them off? Because I do. Look,
Yeah, I'm going over to there we go. Catalonia.
yeah, well, look right above Valencia. They've got a weakness in their line that you can take advantage
Yeah,
Cut
they have the
Barcelona.
little tiny. I played this scenario enough times to know that. Why.
Yep.
There's not much you can do to defend.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, this will be a quick one.
Yeah, so once John pushes through there, the troops in Tortosa will be encircled. And you two can easily clean them up. Or John could keep pushing to Barcelona and Girona.
Yeah, I'm planning on taking Barcelona. Want them to be completely out of supply.
As for me, down
Oh, yeah,
here, I see
beautiful.
a small point where I can make... It's not much, but every infantry division they lose hurts them way more than any victory we can take. Okay, so I haven't told you guys about the single-player campaign I've been doing. So I've decided I would do Colombia and try and reform.
Your ships won't lie.
Yep. And so taking Ecuador went about as well as you would expect. Panama was a joke. And then I decided to go after Venezuela. And oh my god, Venezuela does not buckle.
No, but Venezuela's horrible.
Yeah,
I fought them in Mexico. I was playing as Mexico.
Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating this. A third of their population before they capitulate.
Dang.
It lasted for like a year and a half, if not more,
Yeah.
and then all them access at the last minute.
Yeah, they never called in the Axis on me because I was fascist too. So Germany wouldn't take a side. But then I decided, okay, well, that bled me dry, but I've still got to take Peru. I might as well just bite the bullet and go for it. So I started moving my troops to the border with Peru and slowly rebuilding my army. And the most incredible thing happened. Apparently, that freaked Peru out. So they moved their entire army to my border. Which was way more troops than they had the infrastructure for. and they started dying in droves. So they started with basically twice the reinforcements that I would have had, and by the time I had actually fabricated the war book, they had burned through all of their reserves and about a third of their standing army just from attrition.
I see you're making your way up the coast pretty nicely.
Yeah, that's what you do. Cut off the coast so they can't send supplies to Barcelona. Not that it matters now that you took Barcelona, but usually it takes me longer to take Barcelona, so I go this way first. But yeah, dude, it was so incredible. Like, I didn't have to do, like, anything. They conquered themselves for me. Like, in that entire war, I lost less than 5,000.
Well,
Because they had spread themselves so thin that they couldn't guard their capital. So I just took a quick boat ride from the Galapagos to Lima and then marched south down the coast.
ready on pause?
Steve paused.
Yeah, I know. Still there, Steve?
No, he said he had to go.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, he said he'd be back soon. Mountaineer. Yeah, so have you ever actually, like, figured out, like, a good army composition?
Generally I do, like, 7 infantry, 2 artillery.
No, not that. Like, the 24 divisions.
I think mostly I like to keep them all about the same speed. Like, I think having like faster tank divisions all in one army, solid idea.
I tried that. It didn't really work.
I take a little more min-maxing.
So, like, what I usually do is I, like, mix them so that when your tanks are sort of somewhat evenly spread out. So there's, like, not, like, one place where there's, like, a lot of pressure and then, like, everywhere else where there's none, but there's, like, you know, constant pressure all over it.
Yeah.
That seems to work well for me, but I have no idea if that's the best way to go about it.
Right?
Well, there goes his volunteers.
So what if I were to offer Ireland to join my faction?
No,
I don't think
do that.
they wouldn't accept because the tension isn't high enough.
And I'd rather die because of this, because it's just not a big deal. Like, you know, clearly
Look,
the state
it's
of the
not that
affairs of the
serious
world,
right now.
not a big enough deal.
You set up your fleet, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's getting everything ready now. Leave it.
If you manage to fuck this up, I am seriously never letting you forget this.
I think I got everything pretty much set up.
Just keep in mind that
I haven't done a lot of naval invasion. Yeah, but I mean,
this cost you a lot of tension. So,
Okay.
you better make sure this is worth it.
If you get held up in Czechoslovakia because of this, you're doing something pretty big here. Like, this seriously might make people like guarantee Czechoslovakia and actually help. Or Czechoslovakia wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, this is what the most pointless thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, it would have been better to declare it on Belgium. That would have actually helped us.
No, Chris, you're the one who suggested Ireland.
It was a joke.
I know. Okay.
I should have suggested you attack Italy.
Now we're probably gonna have to continue playing this game just to see how this stupid idea pans out in the...
I don't know. I really don't feel like playing Japan for all that long.
Japan's really fun, dude.
And I'm not really into it right now. It's just not the kind of one that I want to be doing at the moment.
Yeah, and so you'll notice that since you declared war, all of your volunteer forces were called back.
Yeah. Well, you know, Franco will be fine with that.
Well, experience shows that Franco is generally not without German tanks. But hey, I'm gonna get some private islands out of this. Here. Naval invasion of Ireland. So, how's your invasion going?
Downsize my units.
You haven't conquered Ireland yet.
Working on it.
You'd have already eaten Austria. They wouldn't have even fought.
Ireland, that's the gem.
The Emerald.
The most German of all territories.
Right, not too far from taking Valencia.
No.
Did you what happened, Steve? What did you do?
Now I know.
What happened?
I did it again.
You did it. What?
He doesn't have the convoys.
The convoy for the boat. Not only with the boat technology, the transport.
Dude.
This happens in every one of our games, at least once.
And you know what's not happening because you're at war?
What's that?
The world tension you generated from this endeavor down.
Clickbaity name for this YouTube video will be, what if Germany was Italy?
Germany had no votes.
Okay, so the technology you need to research and research now is the transports.
Yeah, I know.
Do
I
you?
was wondering.
Do you?
Yes. I was wondering what's happening here with these troops. Convoys? I'm like, I have convoys.
Once he is down.
Wait a minute. Transport already researched?
What did you not do?
Yo, what's up, Poop? No, it's not Minesweeper. But Steve is currently getting swept by Ireland.
I wouldn't say swept is not the way. This is like a staring contest.
Between a mouse and a rhinoceros. The rhinoceros just happened to forgot that it didn't have feet.
So what's the problem, Steve?
I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure this out.
You know, I felt it in my bones that something dumb was gonna happen.
Oh god. Every time.
Well, here's the thing. It's like once you suggested I declare war on Ireland, I thought, you know,
What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
oh, here we go. We're going now. We got it. A moment across the sea. Just watch it, like they've like built like a just coastal fortresses to obliterate my troops they come across.
They have 3 divisions.
Killing a Soviet division.
Oh my god.
Yo, someone in my chat said that that somebody's making fun of you, Steve. That someone is Switzerland. Yo, and I got good news for you. You don't need boats to go kill them.
I don't know, they do have a lake.
It's a big lake. They probably have a larger navy than Ireland.
Oh no.
The good news, you can walk around it.
I love that the country of Switzerland has accidentally invaded Liechtenstein.
Yeah.
They're apparently really bad with maps.
And they're pocket knives, man. Pocket knives. They will clip your toenails.
While picking your teeth clean.
Or even worse, pick your toes clean.
While clipping your teeth.
Okay, nuking the Alps. Yeah, that'd get rid of that pristine beauty. Pristine.
Oh, don't nuke the Alps. I'm downwind of that. I don't want to have to deal with any mutated Swiss monsters.
Don't talk about the regular Swiss population that way. Make them look like they're cheese. All right. Oh, so you have made a landing yeah, there, in Ireland.
Right.
Hopefully your supply will hold out. You may have just wanted to immediately go to Dublin.
You definitely wanted to immediately go to Dublin. That's their only port.
Oh, yeah. I played a closer spot.
Didn't make a difference. It's only like one sea tile away. You're lucky they have so few divisions.
In few divisions.
They have 3.
That's like 5 to 9.
They got more than 3 divisions.
They had 3 when he started.
The time has come to launch another vehicle invasion.
How many more Marines do you have?
Yeah. I'm gonna send the whole army.
Okay. So how close are you doing the Anschluss?
how many? 200,000 more.
Have you made any divisions?
Yeah, I've been making divisions the whole time.
Alright.
I'm just going a little bit slow right now.
Could we turn the speed down and keep it going?
Yeah, we can actually start it now.
Truly, the German invasion of Ireland was a defining moment.
Nobody saw it coming.
Not even Germany. And you've made a front line, you've made an offensive line.
Yep.
Alright, I don't think there's... I want the Civil War to be over by the time... Fortify the border.
That little province up in the north has held out the entire time.
Yeah, impressive. Some say they're still there, fighting to this day.
Yeah, I've seen it happen same lot.
Are you invading Dublin?
Yeah,
Alright, this war won't be too much longer. Just 2 tiles away from Madrid now. Make that 1. Alright, one of my tanks is seasoned. Nice and spicy. There's Madrid. Let's walk into Toledo. There we go. Very good. And it is all thanks to me, Japan. Ha ha. No thanks to the Germans and their dumb shoes. Why have you lost ground in Ireland?
Because he has no supply.
No supply.
Wow. You're actually gonna die. You're going to lose. You lost. All of those men are dead now.
Oh no.
They've all been killed. What's up, Jackies?
If this happened in real life,
You'd be
this
worse
would've
than
been
the
the-
Italians.
not only that, but this would have been the end of Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Very
this
true.
is the better timeline. And I gotta get this war started soon.
I swear to God, if I lose out on Albania because you pulled this, I'm gonna be so pissed.
That was horrible.
That was hilarious.
In the end, it was worth it.
No.
No, it really wasn't, because that put you farther back from the Anschluss.
Order. I should probably do the non-aggression. Well, Soviets aren't gonna just attack me because I don't have dudes on the border.
You never know.
And they have no... They aren't... yeah. Fine. Be fine.
Have you learned anything from this, Steve?
No. Yeah, don't declare war on Ireland.
That the lesson you are supposed to learn is always naval invade to a port.
That's a good lesson, too.
이동 준비 완료. 이동 준비 완료. 네네.
Right.
Sorry.
So
That was a brutal loss.
이동 준비 완료.
you're invading Dublin this time, right?
And I'm going for
No, you're
Poland.
surrendering and becoming a subject of Ireland.
준비 요시. 세렛. 준비 요시. 교체.
Zero was worried that I would do.
킬. 킬. 준비 완료. 세렛. 이동 준비 완료. 내려. 내려.
It's giving me more time to this planning going.
이동 준비 완료. 요가이. 세렛. 네네.
God, why does all of Italy's general staff suck? Don't answer that. I know the answer to that.
교체. 준비 요시. 요가이.
Also, what have you been doing research-wise, Steve? Have you done all the ones that increase your research speed?
Yeah, that's what I've been working on so far. It's like the main line, a lot of construction.
I see you let your MEFO bills lapse.
Good job. By that I mean terrible job.
내려.
At least you got Albania.
내려. 교체. 킬.
Were you just not paying attention to those?
I forgot about those once the invasion of Ireland began.
Worthwhile choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, how goes your next plan of attack?
Well, I'm still thinking about it.
How about
You
Working
invent
on.
you.
get like a bunch of
Okay.
dudes directly next to Dublin, and then
I'm not
take
going after
Dublin,
them
and then you
again.
win.
Forget about it.
Even better
Go with
idea.
Ireland.
You have, in
It-
order to win, you have to take both city of Dublin.
And Cork. You cut out.
Nah, we're just gonna forget about them.
You can't forget about them.
What do you mean you
You
can't
have
forget
to
about
deal.
them?
You have to deal with this.
Really? You can't just be like, okay, sorry, Ireland.
Nope, you're still at war.
Oh.
Who knows? They might start
Oh,
invading
they
you.
won the
준비
war.
완료.
No, they haven't. They can't win the war because they don't have the ships or the people to invade Germany.
Ah, okay. Ah, shit.
Good
God
news.
damn it.
They'll just join the Allies when
God damn
you
it.
eventually just
Thought I was
declare
done
war.
with this war with
No,
Ireland.
you. That I guess that's one thing to learn. Wars don't go away until they're finished.
이동 준비
Sucks.
완료.
Okay.
How's your war
well,
support doing, by the way?
요가이.
It's abysmal.
War is in
Oh
the
yeah,
status quo.
that's hilarious.
I'm taking 100.
That's gonna make it a whole lot harder to fight everyone else.
Yep.
Ready.
The German-Irish War was disastrous.
God.
준비 완료. 요가이. 시. 요가이.
Ah.
교체.
Sadly, it doesn't look like any of the warlords are getting really nasty at the moment.
Rapprochement with the Soviet Union for national. Well, the good news is, yours decided to go obedient.
Yeah. Again, historical.
Right. Keep forgetting.
Alright, there's a tripartite pack. Please, Steve, don't say no to it. From the administration. I think all of the... Alright, thank you. Okay, I think all of them chose cooperate with the nationalists.
Of course they did.
I guess I never paid attention to what the actual historical thing they do is. Other than the one dude that goes with the communists, you know, the communist guy. Oh wow, apparently Shenxi is going with the communists as well. But
I
don't
think
know.
they usually do.
Okay.
기억해!
So you're planning a naval invasion of Dublin.
Yeah.
How's it going?
킬! 세넷!
Like, probably not right on Dublin, because they almost certainly have dudes right there. Maybe right next to it. Then push in?
Maybe right on Dublin because
You know, maybe both. Maybe one on Dublin, one next to it.
킬!
this is it. This is how World War II starts.
준비 완료! 세넷! 세넷! 베르! 세넷! 베레오! 준비 요시! 세넷! 기억해! 베레!
Okay, I can see the problem right here already. You haven't been building nearly enough infantry.
What?
You haven't been building nearly enough
Infrastructure?
infantry.
Infantry. Okay. I was cut off at the exact same place both times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
both
why
times.
have you made so few infantry, Steve?
I have been training on Infinite.
How many
How
guns do
many
you
are
have?
you?
Enough guns?
What?
You have enough guns?
How many are you making at once?
Just one at a time.
There's your problem.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, because that's what the problem is.
Yep. Pretty much be making as many as you have enough equipment for. You know, even if you don't have enough equipment, they'll probably catch up to it eventually. Or at least 4.
Okay, so
That's kind of my rule of thumb.
Just add units.
Yes.
Basically.
yeah.
Yes. See, okay, this is why we're doing this campaign.
So what day are we invading on?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe.
Yokai!
Yeah, we're invading now.
Now? Okay.
Ow, that's my job.
Yeah.
Yokai! Hit! 이동 준비 완료!
This is just gonna end horribly, you know it.
Wonder why. Okay, just to be totally safe, non-aggression pact with the Soviets.
준비 요시!
Probably taking this way too carefully.
Okay, get to Cork as fast as you can now.
It's a where?
Cork.
Minutes!
Okay.
Minute!
Like the troops you've got in Dublin, start moving
Yeah,
south.
moving to some.
Ah, Shanxi now. Gonna have to extend that front. I
Yokai!
probably should have hurried up with this. Alright, note for the future. To, fight sooner.
Minutes! 오케이. 준비 요시. 교체. 내려.
Still got us kind of pinned down in Dublin.
Yeah, so start planning another naval invasion of Cork with anyone you've got left around.
오케이. 이동 준비 완료. 준비 요시.
Also, I'm about to befriend Bulgaria, so keep an eye on them. They'll probably want to join the Axis soon.
Gonna hold out for 70 days for the next naval invasion. So,
Hopefully, we won't need it, but
oh,
oh my god.
They caught you?
we're cornered, but we'll see if
了解.
It's almost as if this was an awful idea.
we've already established that.
I think we need to hammer it home. Generations from now, people will laugh at the Germans for being subservient to even the Italians.
Oh my.
So, you've learned, don't make... But, yeah. Don't make tanks, and you need to be defensive. Don't invade frivolously, especially to you know, places far away across oceans. That's bad.
Yeah,
And wars don't just go away.
wars don't go away.
To the chagrin of Adolf Hitler and George W. Bush.
Okay.
Both friends of Ellen.
Okay, well, would you guys want to try to do this again
No.
on Sunday?
This is Sunday?
Yeah.
No. Like,
Yeah,
I
John.
mean,
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not
mean,
this one. I mean, restarting this, trying it again, but without attacking Ireland.
Do you want to be Italy, John?
no.
Okay, so the other option I was thinking that we should try with Steve before we do an actual real one is the Allies.
I'd kind of rather do something different, so yeah, I would rather do the Allies.
Okay, yeah. So Steve,
Yeah.
you're good. You're gonna be Britain.
Okay.
See, I guess I'll take France.
Okay.
U.S.
I mean, sure, but again, I'd be doing nothing. I should be in the Dominion. I could be like Canada or something.
Raj.
Yeah, maybe. We can decide on that later.
Let's see. What's another allied country? You could be
Australia,
Greece.
New Zealand, Greece.
Greece.
I suppose.
That could be
Greece.
tough.
Greece was the first non-France or join the Allies.
Even before Poland.
Well, okay, well,
I don't know. Poland is also a possibility, but not as
yeah,
defensible.
Poland would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be France, I could be Poland.
We'll think about it. I wouldn't mind being any of those.
Yeah, well, I guess let me know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
I mean,
I'd
I
be
know-
up for a game on Sunday, but it would have to be at like noon until 4 at latest.
I could
Okay, yeah, no,
probably
it's
do
actually the exact time I'm not. So,
that.
okay.
Anytime tomorrow?
Tomorrow night I might be.
Again,
Well, man.
I could do like noon until 4 or 9:30 until whenever. Oh, 10 more like.
I'm free. I'm free at night.
Yeah, so we could do like we could do a short Allies game at like 10 tomorrow. Then.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so basically, like, the point of the Axis is, like, they're trying to push stuff through while juggling world tension. Because everything that they want to do will cause world tension. And they're more likely to be opposed the higher that number climb. But the longer they wait, the stronger the democracies get. And the democracies, the stronger they get, become more likely to stand up. So it's a juggling game that you gotta learn. And I definitely recommend learning it, and it's actually not that hard to do. Like, play around as some of the big fascist countries. Like, you do learn a lot of the basics playing them. Because, you know, they aren't tied behind any tension limit at the start, so you can get right into those mechanics.
But
Yeah.
as it would seem, not the best thing to give Steve right away.
Apparently not.
I don't know. I think the fact that I was under the impression I could only produce like units in like one at a time,
Oh, no. You can produce them.
and I think that's why I've been
yeah.
doing so extremely poorly, like in actual like conflicts.
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
Because,
sometimes I make infantry units 15.
Whereas I could just raise up like 20 units at once.
Kinda. I mean,
Yeah.
it still takes
Oh, I
time,
didn't
but you
feel it.
can be making them all at the same time.
Right. Okay, well, yeah, I think
especially because
I
you
think
would
this one's over.
Yeah,
이동 준비 완료.
yeah.
maybe try this a little bit. How about you just now maybe live with your consequences? Go down the historical route and see what might be more difficult now. Try doing like make more dudes and do the Anschluss.
Anschluss.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might be ready to kind
준비
of
완료.
call it pretty
Yeah,
soon.
but
though.
you should
But yeah,
do this
definitely.
on your own with this file. See what you've wrought. Because by this point, Neville Chamberlain's probably gonna stand with Czechoslovakia.
Which is antithesis to his very being. But he may
Because I
just.
attacked Ireland.
Yeah, you've raised the world tension to 21, and the only territorial gains that
You have absolutely nothing to show for it except for a bunch of dead Germans.
Yep.
Can you imagine like the news reports when this happened?
Idiot invades Ireland.
Fucking
And
just
no,
how
it's not
confused
Britain.
Everybody must have been. What happened?
And I'm about
Can
to
you
go.
imagine the German propaganda like after, like,
Irish campaign going totally okay.
like
Nothing to see here.
Reports of hundreds of thousands of deaths. Blown. It is only 90,000 deaths.
了解。気をつけ。
oh my god, yeah. It'd be the most awkward propaganda. It's like a Team Rocket situation.
Pretty much.
命令。移動準備完了。
Okay, yeah. So I think we should do an allies campaign tomorrow. See how that goes.
Yeah, and we'll talk you through what like the allies are.
気をつけ。
But if you do another thing like that,
Yeah, well, it's fun. I might go back to Mexico campaign because that was going pretty well, and like just using a few of the like simpler tricks I learned in this one, I think it might change a lot. And because that campaign was going pretty well, and I have it saved in a few different spots, so that way I can like kind of go back and play around with it. And they had a pretty solid alliance built up in South America, and with a pseudo alliance to the United States, because we were both fighting the Axis.
Hmm.
The U.S. had troops all over the place,
移動準備完了。
and it was going really well until
命令。
Franco invaded Brazil, and he was part of Italy's faction,
気をつ
which
け。
wasn't at war with the United States. So there was no extra protection from them, and it just broke. The whole line collapsed after that.
but seriously, you should play around
命令を。
and probably Italy too.
Yeah, yeah. No, I gotta check
Italy's-
it out. I know Italy's a
Italy's-
very. It's like a tutorial.
Yeah, Italy is a lot harder in my opinion because
Because you can't attack Ireland as well.
actually you could probably do it better.
But it's closer.
命令を。
But because you know you have to juggle the Regia Mariana,
Okay.
whereas in Germany the Kriegsmarine is really not relevant until towards the end of the
think I'm gonna log out of this game.
Hit it!
Okay.
I think tomorrow, yeah, we should try to do the allies for a bit. Like, I don't know. It sounded like a really funny idea to go and attack Ireland.
I mean, it was funny, but incredibly dumb, and against the whole point of
Yeah.
us trying to do this.
Yeah, I know. That was the downside to it.
And you lost.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
even more
but that's what made
embarrassingly.
it funny.
It's
That's
like
what made it really funny because
So-
you just think of this happening historically, and it's just
you've been very good about learning very specific things not to do, and you have learned a single thing that you actually should do that make more than one dude at a time. All right then. so-
no. I think there's other things I just picked up on a little bit more as well, but I mean, once I attacked Ireland, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I think there were not too many avenues to salvage that once that failed.
Yep.
But yeah, I think tomorrow's would be probably going.
Okay then.
Yeah, you
Attack
see,
Ireland.
democracies have a hard time building. But once they're in a war, they can just rocket through all that. So when you failed to take them immediately, Ireland picked up all of their industry, they rectified their economy, and they quadrupled the size of their army from 3 divisions up to at least 12. And from that point, they were able to keep you off their borders. Had you made your first landing earlier, and you probably would have won. Just keep in mind, Dublin is also the center. Had you taken those factories from them, they couldn't have armed a large.
Part of it, yeah. Well, that makes sense as well. Yeah, there's a lot to keep in mind in this game, where it's like just coming in from the beginning. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
there's a lot of. You forget one thing, and then it can kind of spiral out of control.
It'll become second nature to you before too long.
But yeah. It's a great game.
Yep. They did some good
It's
balancing
intense.
in the way that
It's
it's.
an intense game, I think, is another way to put it. Like,
Yeah, I really like how they build tension.
Yeah.
it
World
starts,
tension.
You start to really feel it. Yeah.
So what I've learned is that whenever I do actually do a real playthrough of Japan, is to move a bit faster.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I dilly-dallied a little too much.
Don't want to give China too much time.
Yeah. Don't bother with the Soviet Union's, like, factory-wise.
Japan's industry's good.
Yeah. I don't need to focus as much on the industry. Like, my army at the beginning is
Yeah, pretty
already
good.
probably solid enough to take on China. Like, regular
Well-
China.
Yes and no.
At least push them.
Once you start the false flag incident, you get debuffs to attacking China. But when you're at war, you can gradually then remove them.
Okay. Are those by
But-
events?
No decision.
Oh, decisions. Okay, that's just political power.
Yeah, political power, but they're on timers.
Alright. That's not too bad. So,
Yeah.
so
But
yeah,
it starts pretty debilitating at minus.
minus what?
It's really debilitating.
Okay.
Minus 50% to attack and defense. China.
Wow.
All of that.
Yeah.
And you can gradually lower it by I think it's 10% increment.
Cool.
And once you get to 0, you can take Ichigo, which it'll have the opposite effect in that it will start raising your attack, but if you aren't able to conquer China in a year after you activate, you take a massive hit to your stability.
Cool.
Okay.
So that would be a good way to just finish them off.
Yeah.
Like after you've already taken a good chunk of them.
Yep.
All right then.
But keep in mind, if one of the warlords,
takes China.
yeah, like if they replace the nationalist government with, so like say if Yunnan becomes national, you can't activate it.
Gotcha. That doesn't look like it'll be as much of a problem for the historical stuff because they're all going down like the same things at just about the same time.
Yeah.
Jibei Sanma is going anti-opposition campaigns. What's that? That's border conflicts. That's with only other warlords. Alright. Okay then. So tomorrow we'll try as the allies. It will be Britain, and Chris and I will determine if one of us wants to be France, Poland, or Greece, or whatever.
Okay.
And that'll be
Yeah,
late in the evening because I've got a closing shift tomorrow. So until then, thank you guys very much for joining me. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. I am Cyrock Omega, and have a nice day. Later.